Welcome to Hotmess Issue Today, the hit. Please like, subscribe, and follow my channel. Today, I have on the media mask, and the topic is these bloggers and journalists. I tell you, Russia, China, and Mexico, hey, those are the hardest countries on journalists. Y'all better watch out. Just in Russia, you can easily find like easy 3 cases. Russia arrests Chinese LGBTQ blogger for violating so-called same-sex propaganda law. And the funny thing is, at the same time, in America, we have these laws being generated and voted on LGBTQ drag queens and drag shows and all of that that's starting to come up, even though drag has been around for decades. But all of a sudden now it's a big issue. Another Russia arrests anti-war activists following a blast that killed hawkish blogger. So, and then you have the other story, Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich arrest against Russian same media. So, and then, for it's kind of quiet down a little bit as far as being in the news, but about 3-4 years ago, it seemed like a journalist in Mexico was getting killed like every other day. They were just assassinating them. They were hunting them down, especially if they were trying to report on drug activity or drug cartels or anything with politicians or government officials being associated or possibly associated with any drug cartels. Those journalists was just getting wiped out. Now, I think it's still happening, but because of all the other news issues, it's just not being reported as often or, quickly in the United States because we have so many other issues going on here and around the world. But that's just a crazy thing because you got journalists, even if they are reporting and even if they are having the truth in the issues that they're reporting, it seems to me that, why would you have to kill them? To me, that kind of proves that they were right. Whereas if you let them stay alive and they just talk and report and write and all of that, then everybody else that don't know will like, it can't be true. Nothing is being done, you know? And so, but as soon as you kill them, it may stop them, but it now seems like it put some credence into what they were writing or what they were saying and what they were reporting. You just made it, point the finger. Whereas if you just let them stay alive and write and talk and all of that, you can always say they don't know what they're talking about. They can have pictures and then video and everything else. But if the criminals are in bed with the authorities and police and all of that and nobody's getting arrested and nothing is being done about it, then it makes it look like that journalist is just wrong. They're still just guessing or whatever, and they could have the 100% truth. But in Russia, they don't joke. They take the journalists out, and a good response if they just arrest the journalists and put them in jail for 10 years. And I guess that journalist feels lucky because quite a few of them get put in jail and shortly after they disappear or they die in jail from unusual circumstances or so-called natural causes. And Russia has shown that even if that journalist is not on their soil, they're willing to go wherever they need to go and put them down, with chemicals or any other kind of method to silence those journalists. But it would seem to me that we have no shortage of journalists. So another method would be either the criminals, just like they infiltrate police and infiltrate government, and why don't they just create their own journalists and pay them to write the anti-story to whatever the other journalist is writing, and so you have two journalists saying the opposite thing, and by the time the average person has figured it all out, the criminal organization will still be going on and doing what they do. To me, to have them going after journalists causes more light to be shined on them, more people to be curious about whether it's true or untrue, and it's better just to stay out of the limelight. So I know at one point a criminal organization got the idea of selecting individuals and making sure they went to college and got degrees and became lawyers and politicians and different put them on different career paths that would benefit the criminal organization. And to me, that's the smart thing to do. The sons and kids and children of these criminals, put them in school, let them be your lawyers, let them be your doctors, let them be your journalists, let them be your politicians, and you already got them. They in the family, but, it's hard for that level of organization to come about, because the one thing that a lot of criminals have in common is they don't trust anybody. And it don't even matter if it's family. A lot of times they'll kill family just as quickly as they'll kill the people that's not family. And that's where they go wrong. They need to develop that trust, get their own journalists, and write their own story, and keep it moving. Well, this has been Hotmess Issue Today, The Hit. Please like, follow, and subscribe to my channel.